Lighters, lies, and love. Oh my, we are breaking it all down for you on this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello, all you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days, where we give you a full recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my gaggle of gals. We have to my far left,
Michael Maddox. How are you?
and we have the birthday girl herself.
Hey, girl.
Hi everyone, Tammy Gouveia.
Happy birthday, Tamala! Yay! Okay, before I go into the church announcements, how did you celebrate your birthday?
We were couch potatoes.
Oh.
I was not feeling it.
No?
No, we're gonna do something tonight.
Did you see the cake though?
but-
Oh, that cake looked great.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
He went out to get dog food and came back with a cake.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ernie.
he surprised me.
Oh,
Good
well,
job,
happy
Ernie.
birthday,
Thank you,
Tammy.
sweetie.
And thank you guys for watching live. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin' Days on Facebook and Instagram, and _ Dishin' Days on Twitter. The @ is implied. And if you are a lover of all soaps, such as General Hospital and Young and the Restless, we do have a recap for those. Make sure you tune in to GH Report and Restless Rap right after our show. Also, if you are listening to us on iTunes, hey, make sure you leave that comment and give us 5 stars. We're looking at those comments to make sure you like us and love us and like everything about us. We appreciate you. All right. This week of days, what did we think?
Good week. I actually enjoyed the election mayor storyline. more than
I
I
told
think
y'all.
that-
I
I
told
expected to.
y'all.
I was not expecting it.
Told you.
I'm really enjoying it.
Y'all was hating on that storyline. I
like,
said, just
"Ooh."
watch. Just watch.
History has historically watching this show and other shows, I historically just don't like these kinds of stories.
Me too.
But
I think that was it.
the way this was done, I felt was good.
Because it was attached to Haley and that whole drama and Jack.
Yeah.
It's kind of an
and-
umbrella. When I was doing the rundown,
Yeah.
I was thinking about, okay, who's all involved in this? And I was like, okay, half the show.
I saw this run like, oh my God, you're right. Like
Yeah.
everybody, there were so many people involved in this umbrella storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's talk about it. It is now time to start Dishin' Days.
Michael.
Sorry. Dishin' Days. I was reading a comment about me in the chat room.
What did the comments say? What did
Okay,
it say?
let's get this over with. To start off the show, Tony, can we get Michael to admit he was wrong about Ben starting the fire? No, you cannot, because we did not see Claire actually start
he
a fire.
is not convinced, fans.
Still not
Sinners,
convinced.
he's not
Sorry.
convinced.
I'm
All right.
less convinced, but I'm not completely unconvinced.
Well, let's talk about it. Take 2. It's now time to start
Dishin' Days.
Birthday girl.
Aw. Nice. A little twinkle, twinkle.
Oh,
little star.
Steve in the booth. He never fails to surprise us. Thank you, kind sir. All right, y'all. So let's kick things off with the bombshell of a storyline. The wonderful debate, the mayor debate between Trask and Abe. So we had Jack, Jennifer, Eve, JJ, Haley, Melinda, Abe, Sheila, and then a bunch of other people.
I'm really liking Sheila and Abe more and more. Every time Abe gets a phone call that says Valerie can't make it,
Yeah.
I know. She's there to be like,
she's
you
there
know,
to say,
she's-
where are the tennis shoes I got you?
Yeah, right.
And I was like,
You have no street cred. What is wrong with you?
I was like, now, Miss Sheila, girl, like, come on now. There's your Sunday best, and then your Sunday round the house. Like, he can't come up to the debate rolling his like Air Jordans. You know, like he can't do that. He can't be rocking his Air Force Ones. Like, calm down.
I know. It gave me
Calm
a chuckle,
down.
though. I like
Yeah.
them.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I am really not liking Eve right now.
I am so with you on
I'm
this.
like, girl, go home. Wherever home is,
and
go
I am
and stay there.
so unhappy with Jack just letting himself being
Yeah.
corralled. I mean, I get it.
I feel for Jack.
She's taking advantage of his vulnerability.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
The only slack that I'm able to give Jack at this point.
I feel like that moment Jack had where he just went off on, I keep wanting to call her Miranda, her name's Melinda, about Haley and everything was kind of like a spur of the moment. He didn't really think about it before he did it. And
Which
he
is why
just-
he's such an idiot.
He just did it, and then you could kind of tell later he had the remorse about it, but what was
I
done
don't
is
think
done.
he does. Do you think he's remorseful about it? He still thinks he did the right thing.
I think there's a part of him who thinks like, yes, this is a pressing issue, but I think there's that small speckle of light that's called old Jack. That makes him kind of go, oh, I think I really messed up. And I kind of think sometimes he's impressed by Eve, but I also think he hope eyebrows Eve. You know what I mean? Like
No, he does go back and forth.
Like he's just kind of like, girl, you're too
I'm
much,
angry
but I
with you,
kind of like
but
it.
she can always rein him back in. She always manages to get him back in.
Yeah, like so during the debate when everything was dropped and you had Haley and JJ looking at it, I literally was at my TV like, oh my God. Like, this is the thing. Everyone was talking about this storyline, about how much they disliked it, how much they thought it didn't make sense, and all this kind of stuff. But you cannot tell me that when Jack stood up and said, your sister is Haley Chin, who is living with my son JJ, and he told me the whole thing. You cannot tell me you did not gasp.
It was a good moment of drama.
It was great.
Yeah.
Like and everybody's reactions and the music and the way it was presented was...
He just likes to stand up in the middle of something going on and make an announcement.
And make an announcement.
This
Like,
Gotta make everything about him.
So every time he stands up, it's like,
just sit down, Jack.
Yes.
Like it was definitely a moment, and you know, whether you like the storyline or not, you feel for everyone involved because you feel for JJ because he was bonding with Jack, and this was the thing that kind of like, I'm gonna tell you this, I gotta trust you. And
several times.
Yeah, and now that trust is broken. Then there's trust broken between JJ and Haley. And whether you wanted them to be together or not, which by the way, they almost did it until, I'm sorry.
Until they didn't do it.
Made love.
Mom's here.
Yeah.
JJ, are you there?
JJ?
JJ.
I'm
JJ.
like,
And then she goes in, oh, is this a bad time?
I can go.
Like, maybe
Right.
take the hint that they didn't answer the door.
Such
Exactly.
a mom moment. That was a perfect mom moment.
But I actually got worried because I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make love, and then it's gonna drop, and then
I'm
that
so glad that didn't
connection was
happen.
gonna be there. That it was gonna be even more devastating. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't go that far, but it was a moment of like just all the feels.
Yeah.
All the feels.
Yeah.
And Eve really is just kind of playing Jack, you know,
Manipulating him.
and manipulating the
She's the
situation
queen.
for whatever reason. And I think she's so concentrating on Jack not being Jennifer's Jack,
Right.
but like the conniving Jack that she once knew.
Yeah.
She wants to go to the governor's the office.
The mayor's
right?
office?
Well,
The
he
first
talked
lady of
governor.
Salem.
He went all the way to the governor's
Yeah.
house. She's like, I like the way you think.
Question. Was anyone else confused that Jack was not running for mayor? Because this whole time I was
Yes.
like, I thought he was still running.
Did we miss something where he didn't
We
make
must
it
have
in
missed something
time?
because he wasn't officially a candidate. I think, and then I was like, okay, so now their strategy was to get Melinda out of the race so,
So
he
that he
could go in as
slide in.
Abe's opponent. Because I was under the impression that all three of them were candidates, but I guess
Yeah, which I felt like that would have made a better thing. What I'm now worried about, I don't want Trask to leave.
no, I don't want
Like, I want her to stick around.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna figure out hopefully something for her. Since
Yeah.
now that she's out of the mayor's race, maybe she's gonna do an about face and try to help Haley since her candidacy is not at stake anymore because
Yeah.
she's done.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't know. She made it pretty clear to Haley, girl, you're on your own.
True. But maybe that was just
So-
a gut reaction. Maybe they'll, like I said, she'll do an about face but no, there are people talking in the
That
chat
was
room before the
cold.
show that they don't want Melinda. They don't want Melinda gone.
Patrick C says, who caught it when Trask said that Marlena was shot over there in the square? Marlena was shot at Doug's place.
I know-
No.
No, he was
you're
shot in the
right.
square.
She was shot at the square.
Right.
In that very same spot where Abe was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doug's place. Girl, where you get that from? Miss Patrick?
Somebody shot at Doug's place?
No. Well, that's what Patrick was saying, but no,
No,
she
she
was
was
shot. She was shot in the square.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scott.
Yeah, they're all.
Scott Holston says Trash should just go around Salem throwing shade. I'd be there for that.
Okay.
I would too. she could be another tea spiller. Like she kind of collects all the tea and then spills it. I like that.
Her face, the way she emotes in her face is so spot on.
Yeah.
Like when she's aggravated, you can tell she's aggravated.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like she acts with her face.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You know exactly what she's
Yeah.
feeling.
You know, for some reason, you know, I remember back in the day when Melinda Trask would pop in, I'd be like, oh, girl, like I can't.
Yeah.
But then, like this week, I kind of looked at her and the actress playing her, and I was like, good for you, girl.
Right?
Like, you know, you went to this like kind of bit role, and now you have like a little bit of a good for you.
Substantial.
Yeah.
And I really did love that scene with when Melinda went over to Haley's or JJ's apartment, and they had that moment. You saw Melinda get emotional
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, she got teary-eyed, but at the same time, she wasn't going to back off. She's like,
No.
you're on your own.
Yeah. And just when so Haley went to Kayla and quit her job because everything hadn't came out. And Kayla was kind of on the same mind track as we were, as far as like, well, how did you get into nursing school? How did you get into the hospital? Like all this kind of stuff. And I was literally like, and then it wasn't answered, and I was like, But then when Kayla was kind of like, we'll do what we can. We'll see what I can do to help you out with the situation.
They would need to sponsor her. The
That's
hospital
what
would
I
need to
said. I was
sponsor
like,
her.
so in order for her to get her visa, this is very simple. She now just needs to be sponsored by the hospital. She already has a job, and she's already great at what she does. So
It'll be tough for her since it was revealed.
It started off as a
like
lie.
They're going to make her an
Exactly.
example.
yeah,
Like they being.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This story at first, I wasn't thrilled that they were choosing this issue, like this real life issue that in this country right now we're dealing with, them bringing it into the show and into Salem. But now that I see that they're kind of making Haley like an example of what's happening, like what I think what they're saying is that this is happening to people in this country,
Families
and you
are
may
being
not
torn
know
apart.
it. It could be
Yeah.
someone that you know, and it's someone that didn't come to this country illegally with malintent.
yeah,
And
yeah.
she's not, you know, yes, she came here illegally, but does that mean she should automatically
Go
get
back.
deported?
Yeah,
But
you just can't
also-
broad stroke it. Everyone's got their own individual circumstances.
Also, as she said, to go back to a country that she's not familiar with.
Oh, that just broke my heart. She
Yeah.
doesn't speak the language. She
Right.
doesn't know
She doesn't
anybody.
have any
Right.
friends, yeah.
So it's just kind of like bye, and it's like you're gonna dump me off in a country that I'm completely
And Melinda
unfamiliar
said,
with.
well, you have your nursing skills. I'm like, that's not the
Yeah,
point.
not the point.
like,
yeah.
what is she gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But listen,
heartbreaking.
I told y'all this was gonna be an interesting storyline, and nobody want to listen to me.
And I love JJ and Jack's moment where JJ's laid into him.
Yeah.
JJ's
It
a
was
man.
so great.
Yeah, that was a good moment. Oh, you mentioned Sheila and Abe during the debate when Melinda brought up Xander getting the police footage and how that was like, you know, Abe's fault. I like that Sheila stood up and was like, no, that was me.
I was surprised by that.
Yeah, and she was like, you know, and at this moment I resign. And Abe was like, well, I don't accept your resignation, so sit down. You know,
I was like, oh, good.
yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
And he was just like, people make mistakes, and I mean, even though that's a
That was a
huge
biggie.
mistake, I mean, it's Salem. Everybody comes through. I can be like, hey, I'm Roman, and you're like,
Okay.
you know, I've been implanted with his memories. Okay. But really, I'm Terrence, and I'm looking for my mom, Maxine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, anything can happen. In Salem.
Anything can
Oh my
happen.
God.
yeah.
Anything can happen.
But yeah, I do like you, like the dynamic. I think you said you liked it. I like the dynamic between Sheila and Abe. I
Yeah.
kind of like their little friendship they got. Friendly working relationship
Yes.
they got
Yes.
going on.
Then towards the, like, when everything was exposed and everything like that, the last bit we saw was Eli and Lonnie.
They're so cute,
Yeah.
like on the trail of Haley.
Yeah.
Like going from door to door looking for her.
Although,
Like, oh my
although
God.
Lonnie was like, why we gotta go pick her up? Shouldn't it be the FBI that gotta pick her up? Why
It's
we
like,
got...
we're on break.
Right,
We
and-
can go back to my place. Why? What?
And Eli's like, they do kind of ask the local police officers to assist if, and she's like, but why we gotta do it? But why we got to? Ain't nobody got time to be looking for no Haley Chin. Why we gotta go do it? I would have been sitting at a desk filing my nails like, okay, Lonnie, I mean, I'm just saying. But then they were at the hospital, and Eli and Lonnie were with Kayla, who Haley just left. Haley was at the desk and saw JJ, and JJ was like, they're looking for you. And then right then on I was just like, here we go. They about to go on the run. And I'm like, JJ, you just got cleared of stuff.
Yeah.
Can we speculate or should we not speculate?
I don't think they're going to go on the run.
I hope not.
No, I don't think so either. But I have another speculation. Can I say it?
What is it?
Either Trip or JJ, they're going to marry her.
I had that thought too.
make
I'm
her
like,
legal.
someone's going to marry her. It's not that, and they may make it easy in TV land. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy,
Was
but
it because Melinda was like, I arrived here and I married an American, and I was like, well, good for you, girl,
Well-
but where is he?
she probably killed him.
Dang. Dang.
Killed him with her
He's
shade.
buried in a wall somewhere.
Wow.
I cannot. I can't.
I mean, it's possible, like what you said, maybe,
Because JJ is so mad right now.
Yeah.
He's mad at Jack. He's mad at
Oh,
everybody.
you're thinking he may do it out of
he may do it out of
kind of a spite
Yeah,
thing?
exactly.
Maybe. We'll see.
I should have said this while we were still talking about it. I want to know what you all in the chat think about the Haley JJ immigration mayor running for mayor storyline. So in the chat room, really quick, as soon as you hear this, go in the comments, tell me what you think, and I'll read some of them off. We'll try to stretch this out just a little bit, just so I can see.
I love that we got a little bit of feisty Jennifer. Actually, a lot of feisty
Shut
Jennifer.
up.
Yeah,
Do you remember
she's
that
so
moment
good. Yeah.
in the hotel room when he starts to interject? Like,
It
shut
needed to be
up.
done because she
Oh
took the
my
words out of my
God.
mouth because Eve just butts in wherever and it's like, shut up, girl. And so Jennifer didn't. The way she
Love
like
it.
barreled into the room and
And barreled out.
barreled out.
That the parting of the Red Sea there. Oh my God, that was fantastic.
Okay, so
I'll fight for two
boring,
of her.
yeah.
So things are coming in. Dylan Matthews says, I hope Tripp marries her and JJ gets jealous. A lot of people are still not digging it. April says, her coming from China seems a little far-fetched. Sarah Hughes says, I really love that JJ protects Haley. I don't want to see her deported. Days J says, I'm okay with this storyline. Let's see. I think it's gonna get. Me World 2 says I think it's gonna get ugly with a capital O. I also have a theory that Claire is gonna send Haley back to China, but Haley will return with Belle. Oh, okay, that's a lot.
Oh, because Belle and Sean are in China. Aren't they?
And Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
I think so.
Let's
Is that
see,
Japan?
Jen-
Hong Kong, Japan, right?
I love that you just had that discussion.
We're ignorant
Isn't
Americans.
your husband Asian?
It's from the Philippines.
Oh,
Different, yeah.
sorry. My bad.
Different country.
Well, we all need a lesson. Let's see. Dylan Matthews says Tony Eve needs to go, and I hope Jack gets his memory back quick and
Quick,
fights for his
yeah.
family to get them back.
I
yes.
agree.
Yeah, so a lot of people are still not feeling this storyline. Me World 2 says, fun fact, Hong Kong is the capital of China.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Nero.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
The
it.
struggle is real.
Yes.
The struggle is real. Let me tell you what we know about soaps. Let me tell you what we don't know about countries.
And numbers, apparently.
Right?
Yeah, because we're...
I can't do the math.
No.
Yeah.
Because
I'm like,
apparently...
yeah, we're 5 away from 10,000. And you're like, no, 65.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need you to use your fingers and your toes. Oh, side note, Scott Holston said Beijing is the capital of China. Nobody knows nothing. I can't. No one knows it. We know nothing. We know nothing. All right.
So I was. Never mind.
All right. Let's just move on. We covered everything with that storyline,
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
All right. Moving right along, we have Ben, Sierra, Hope, Claire, Tripp, and the lighter. Okay, so Days, haha, you got me. because I really thought Claire had confessed that
was
she had started the fire. And then when Trip was like, Claire, do you hear me, Claire? And I was like, okay, either somebody didn't cut like they were supposed to, or like she is just completely zoned out. And then when it went, and she's standing there, and he's like, Claire, like, where did you go? And I was like, oh, that was all in her head. This was the second time in Days history that like I felt like that. The very first time was there was this whole episode with Sammy and EJ, and they were like, yeah, it was this whole argument, and they completely destroyed like the DiMeras mansion. I think.
Wait, I remember that.
There was like this. I think the secret of maybe him and Abigail was revealed, and Sammy came in. It was this big argument, and they were like tearing up the DiMeras mansion. And I was sitting there like, oh yes, oh get him. And then towards the end of the episode, we found out it was all a fantasy. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I was invested in that for 40 minutes, thinking that it was real. Y'all got me, Days. So y'all got me again, Days. But they're making a lot of people in Salem crazy.
Yeah.
Claire was just, as she was telling the story, and I'm assuming this was us knowing the truth, but them not knowing the truth. This jealousy that Claire has over Sierra
is pathological.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
And I didn't buy into that whole confession thing.
You didn't?
No.
I did.
Because I thought...
Well, fine, Tamala. You're smarter than
I
that.
just thought Claire's a coward. Claire's always been a coward.
She's a coward.
And there's no way she would be confessing like that and have Trip turn on her.
I don't know. I bought it.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I bought it too. And the whole explanation and...
What I don't buy is that, okay, I don't feel that what she was envisioning was a memory. I think it was a fantasy. We did not see her. Here's my defense that she didn't start the fire either. We saw her do this. We see her run out of the cabin. We did not see her light anything on fire. And I don't know. I feel like those moments of her in the cabin and her outside the cabin and seeing Hope I feel like she made all that up in her head.
This is what she wanted to do?
This is a story that, like, she's creating this in her mind. Now, how she has the lighter, I don't know. But I still don't buy it yet. Maybe it wasn't Ben, but I don't think it was Claire either.
I'm positive it was Claire. She's got some kind of pathological, sociopathical genes in her. The fact that she ran out of the cabin to her car and then had a moment of conscience, like, that really wasn't very good of me, and ran back to the cabin to try to save Sierra, but by the time she got there, Hope I don't know who ended up saving Sierra in the first go-around. Was it Ben? Or
Ben
Hope,
came back to the cabin.
Hope, was it Ben first or Hope?
Oh, no, Hope found her, and then Ben came while they were there.
So by the time Claire went back, she'd already been Sierra had already been rescued. So she just kind of decided to shut up and, okay, I'm off the hook.
Odessa C says, Claire is a little Drew Barrymore from Firestarter. Simone Francois, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Claire has jealousy issues, period. How she acted with Trip was concerned about Haley. Haley is in more danger than she realizes. Yeah, especially dealing with Claire. It's like, Haley, you in danger, girl. Let's see. Annie Goen says, I hate that they're ruining a legacy couple's only child like Sean and Belle. Well, her aunt is Sammy, so
she's still redeemable.
Here we go. Dylan Matthews says, Claire is related to Sammy, right? Hereditary is a powerful thing. Do the math and connect the dots.
Yes.
That's what I've been saying.
Yep.
That's a little Sammy. She a little Sammy. We all remember when Sammy had...
I don't think Sammy would start a fire to...
But she fake amnesia.
Yeah, that's not starting a fire and trying to kill someone, though.
Didn't she pour acid on Carrie?
No, that was someone else. Sammy didn't do it. But someone
else poured acid on?
I think, because Carrie had won...
Well, didn't she try
It was a similar story. Carrie I think this was before my time, but Carrie had won a contest. Carrie was the face of something. It may have been the original face of Bella. Someone else. It wasn't Sammy. Threw acid on her face.
But didn't Sammy try to sell?
Sammy did try to sell.
Sammy
tried
tried
to
to
sell
sell Bell on the black market.
Still, it's not setting a fire and trying to kill someone.
On acid on. Okay, I'm trying to do.
A little
Are you
acid
Googling?
research.
Yeah, just to see.
Chat room. Who
No.
threw acid on? I'm talking like I'm talking to Siri. Who threw acid on
Chat room.
Carrie?
Okay, so this is okay. The create. Okay, I'll have to. Oh boy, that's a lot.
And going back, I don't buy...
Oh, here it is. In December 1992, when Austin fails to throw a fight, Carrie accidentally becomes the victim
That's
of an
right.
acid attack that was intended for Austin. Oh, so no, it wasn't. No, it was
I forgot about
somebody
the
else.
whole Austin boxing.
Yeah.
Austin used to be a boxer.
Yep.
All right.
Well, there we go.
Anyway, I'm standing by. I don't know. I less believe that it's Ben, but I also don't believe that it's Claire.
I just don't think it's a fantasy because she feels she's agitated. She feels really guilty. She's like, worried about something. So,
And she tried to hide the lighter, but
yeah, really?
Yeah, that was
Take your
smooth.
jewelry box with you.
Now, see, that's the difference. Sammy would have known how to hide that. Sammy wouldn't have gotten caught with it.
But first of all, like you said, take the jewelry box with you. Like you put it in there, and then was like, "All right, I gotta go get ready for work." Do 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 do
Yeah.
do. And then Trip is like, and then is like, decides to look at it, and then comes back and go like, "What's this?" And then okay, now
This
I'm
is my
interested to
birthday
see.
present?
Right now, I'm interested to see what she's gonna say. But it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, girl, now you've been able to cover this fire up for this long. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Just, just let it go.
Jordan did it.
We'll see
Let
what
it be.
happens.
Yeah. I did like the moment between Ben and Hope, where
was great.
Hope was really sincere
Oh, yeah,
about her
absolutely.
apology. And was just like, I'm very sorry for all that I've
For so much.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great moment. I hate that. Oh, go ahead. Did you guys have something to say about it?
No, I was going to say I agree with you, and I don't feel like that relationship is completely healed.
But it's on
this
the-
is a
No.
this
it's
is a
on the-
great
yeah.
like stepping stone to them like fully getting along now. And like the Hope's sincerity really shined through in that scene, and I think Ben's acceptance of it was shown through too. And I'm glad that they didn't make him kind of defiant about it. Like
No, he's
like
in a
he
bad
kind of he
place right
accepted
now.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's taking any little,
Yeah.
good thing he can right now.
steps to rectify.
Yeah.
But I feel like
relationship.
he's so in his head too because he's fearful of what he may possibly be
Right.
becoming. Like he's reverted back.
I love the fact that they have just taken the time to grow Ben's conscience. How he's reacting to what he almost did to Jordan, regardless of the fact that she tried to kill Sierra. Really, it makes this whole storyline of Sierra being with a serial killer more plausible and more believable.
Yeah, and I
Because he really has a conscience.
and I like how did they break up?
Yeah.
And she went to Theo, to visit him, right? That was the
They broke
initial
up.
breakup.
The
No,
initial
I'm
breakup.
talking about Friday.
No.
Didn't they?
Well, he says.
I think
her-
it's leading to that. I think what
Yeah.
happened on Friday is leading
Yeah.
to that. I
'Cause
don't
I
think
was-
it was actually done on
I was
Friday.
just like, wait, what's happening, Ben?
Yeah,
What's going on?
yeah.
Like, are you trying to?
I think what's happening is Ben is in the process of ending it because he's afraid of what he might do to Ciara.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that to her, which is amazing. I kind of want them to at least have a little bit of happy times. Like they go from like drama to drama to drama to drama, and they had a little bit of happy time, but then that was short lived.
Yeah.
And now it's like give us a little bit of Ben and Ciara happy couple, and then maybe go into the next drama, but give us a little bit.
Well, give Sierra a break.
And
Poor
give-
girl has been
That's what I said.
ruined this
That's
year.
what I said on Instagram this
Yeah.
week. I'm like, can she live? Come on.
Because girl's been kidnapped, tied up,
She's
caught on
Marlena.
fire.
So-
Like,
almost twice.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, in the same year. And it's
Yeah.
like, girl, like, It's like at some point you just want to like walk upstairs to the writers and go, "Can she have a break?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
give us a little bit of a
kind of
break,
a moment.
like, and then maybe like in April we can have more drama.
Yeah.
But let them be. Give us a nugget. You know, we want to see them happy together. Give us a little bit of that. I know like too much of that gets boring. So, but
Of
give
course.
us a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
Just a little, just a
That's
second.
what I'm asking.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Just let it breathe.
Good.
Do we? I don't know. I'm sure I've asked this before, but I'll ask it again. Do we like Claire and Trip?
Together as a couple? I do.
I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Here's what I was thinking.
They're not wowing me, but they're cute together. Yeah.
I kind of feel like, because I was paying attention to Trip when
Okay.
they were like hugging and she was trying to hide the lighter and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, you're not into it, boo. Like, you're not into it. It's like being in a relationship that you're just in just because that person is available.
Oh.
Like, I don't think he's fully vested.
Well, the way he reacted to what's going on with Haley made me question how
Yeah.
vested he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Good
he
point.
overreacted just a little bit to what was going on with Haley.
Yeah.
If I was Claire or the girlfriend,
Okay. I didn't see it that way, but you're right.
just
Now
a
that
little
I'm,
bit.
you know,
There's
2020.
there's something a little shaky about that. All right, and that was pretty much it.
Yep.
All right,
And then-
so let's get to Will, Sonny, Leo, Diana, John, Marlena, Victor, and everybody else.
Everybody else.
Put some clothes on.
I was like, no, keep them off.
Victor. How many half-naked men, Xander, Leo, have sat on that couch? It's kind of ew.
Well, but
I'm sure they have someone that comes and steam cleans it once a week.
But listen, Leo made a point. He was like, all his stuff was like
Packed up all my stuff. It's all packed away.
I just love the fact that Victor had his stuff packed up, and Leo was like, "Oh, who's moving in?" And Victor's like, "It's more like who's moving out." Oh, who? You.
Vulture.
Boo-doo-doo. You know that little sound that they always play. And Victor is so, gosh, he's so catty and so shady. And the fact that he was like, you know, you've hit on every, you know, breathing
Every
man
man
that's
with a
like,
pulse.
yeah, that's why. It's just, it was
And he's
so.
like, except you. It's like, thank God.
Yeah, it was just so, it was such good banter and such good back and forth. But I think we're seeing that Leo didn't fully think about.
The repercussions of what he
Yep.
turning Will and Sonny in, basically. Yeah. I agree.
I'm glad that Will and Sonny are out on bail. Glad
Yes.
they made bail. But then it was Justin comes back in and is like, you two can't be together.
But can we just,
I know
can we
he came in
just
and was like, come on,
talk
guys.
about Justin laying into the two of them?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
what are you two complete
needed it.
idiot? I
Yeah.
was literally
You know what?
laughing
Will
out
and
loud.
Sonny are literally the epitome of dumb in love. Like,
Yeah.
I get, like, okay, they're in love, fine. But they're letting that love blind their common
They're
sense.
rolling people up in carpets.
Yeah, all the way back to
I
that.
know.
Yeah, the attempted murder.
But I mean,
which
like,
I'm sorry, they did do it.
they did, but
I mean, Leo had a hand in it too, and he needs to be accountable
Yes.
for that too.
But we also understand why. Like, how does that look? That,
Yeah.
like, you know, the person who is suing Sonny is now laying on their dead floor, on their floor dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a little suspicious. But then it was kind of like, oh my God, y'all are so dumb. Like, y'all rolled the poor boy up in a carpet.
I think John had a quote, and was it John or? I think it was John that basically said that, like, yeah, they didn't have malintent, but it was dumb or something like that.
Yeah. But, you know, again, like, they still can't be together because, you know, Justin, as reluctant about taking on this case as he was just like, you two can't be together. Like, and
Yeah.
if I weren't related to you,
I wouldn't
I
touch his
wouldn't
case.
touch this case with 10-foot pole.
And when they were exiting the interrogation room, Justin opens the door. He says, you know, let's go. And the two of them, Sonny and Will, are just like, la, 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 talk, talk, la, la, la. And Justin said, what did he say? Like, move it. Like, oh.
But that was
They were so cute.
But in Hortontown Square with Marlena and Will and Leo
that was
and
good.
John, that was because
That
first of
was
all,
good.
there were a couple of times where Leo, I was kind of like, okay, you're getting a little too feisty with Dr. Marlena Evans, and then Will
She can handle it.
Yeah, Will finally decked him, and I was just like, at first I was like, yeah,
No,
Will?
I know. You're like,
No,
stop it.
Will?
But
Like,
I
Like,
you're
love
yes,
already in
but
trouble.
no.
I love the way he said how good it felt.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
his fist to connect with Leo's face, and oh my god, that was great.
And then when John was seemingly like he was
Defending
Leo, and that moment where Leo looked at him and was like, "Thanks for believing in me," and then I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then he like left, and I was like, "There's a little connection there." But you guys still don't buy
I
this
still
whole
don't. I don't buy that
Leo
he's
daddy.
actually John Black's son, and I don't like that they had John kind of defend him. You know, I kind of agree with the Twitterverse that it wasn't in. You know, I kind of struggle with it because at one hand, it's not really in character for John to be on just unobjectively kind of on someone's side just because he knows that this person is his son. He has a much richer history with Marlena and her family. So to be like, to just snap and defend this person just because he thinks that this
related,
man
yeah.
is this guy is his son
That's a good
was
point.
just like, I was like, no, these people are your family. But then he kind of backtracked and was like, oh no, I was just trying to diffuse the situation. I was just trying to.
It's not good for Will.
And he
Yeah.
explained to Marlena how Leo comes from an abusive background, and that's why.
So he passed it off as just, you know, like he does have sympathy for the guy.
Yeah,
So I was like, okay, all right. John's a good guy. I can believe that part of it.
yeah. Go ahead.
I was just so Victor telling Marlena that Leo.
Shade.
Okay.
Right?
So is this how it's gonna go down? That Marlena's gonna back off? Kind of like how?
No, first of all, Diana is now ready. I felt it. She was just sticking around, just kind of listening to everybody, collecting all the receipts and things like that. And then finally she's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to make my move. And she's now hitched this plan with Victor, which I love that they keep
like that, too.
Yeah.
releasing her history. And she's like, you're going to help me get John. And my first thought was, girl.
I thought the same thing. I still think that.
Do you really think you about to come in here and break up Marlena and John? Do you know what they have been like?
She does know what they've been through. She had it on her iPad.
Right. I just want one of those moments where Marlena finds out her plan and literally goes up to her and go, you really think you about to take this man away from me?
That's why I think Marlena is going to back off, because it has to do with Will and Sonny. It has to do with her family. And if it means backing off from John, making it look like they're breaking up so that Diana thinks she's getting...
So you think they're all good? This is going to be a big ruse.
I think so.
Yes. There's
It
a part
has to.
of,
They're not... Because like you said, they're not going to... John and Marlena.
there was a part of me that where Victor was like, all right, I'll help you out. But I'm going to help you out in my way. And then he brought Marlena in, told her some shady stuff. But I feel like Victor's going to be like, all right, look, girl, let me tell you about this Diana Colvin.
Yeah.
You ready to laugh? This heifer gonna come in here talking about she wants me to help her get John. Ha! I know, right? They both laugh. And then Marlena's like, well, then what's the plan, Victor? And then he's like, just leave it to me. And I feel like Diana's gonna think that she and Victor are working together, but I feel like Victor is going to work with Marlena so that Marlena does what needs to happen so that Diana can then trust Victor.
Right.
So then Sonny and Will can get off.
Exactly.
But if that don't happen, then I don't know what.
I know.
Because when
That's
he called in Marlena and dismissed Sonny and Brady, I was like, oh, like he's gonna like let her in on the plan. But then when he was shady and was like, you know, Leo is John's son, right? I was like, oh, you shady.
I wonder if Victor believes it, or if like the
know.
continuation of
He
the
probably thinks it's
or
possible.
or if the
Monday.
continuation of the conversation is going to be like, at least that's what she says. So I'm wondering if Victor is actually believing what Diana's telling him, or if he's like, yeah, right. So that'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting to find out the rest of the conversation, because it left with Marlena being like, I beg your pardon?
Why did Diana leave in the back entrance?
I said, where are you going? That I literally talked to the
because
TV,
they
like,
had
where are you
because
going?
Brady and Sonny were kind of like Scooby-Dooing, eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I guess for blocking reasons, maybe they had to have her.
That was
so she didn't see it.
hysterical.
But I was like, no one ever goes to this. Is she going to get a drink? Is she?
She's like
slipping out the back way.
She's like, I gotta go. Where's the bag?
Like she's a Kardashian sneaking out the back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was it, right?
That was it, I think. Yeah.
A lot happened with that storyline.
Oh, no.
It did.
A lot of people are involved, and it's getting messy. One thing about Diana is that this juxtaposition she has for, like, she has affection for Leo, but then when Leo's in front of her, she acts
Back off.
like a bitch.
Yeah.
And I find that a little bit interesting. It's like why she's kind of a bitch to Leo's face, but then when she's talking to other people or by herself, she presents this kind of affection. You know, I don't know. I just noticed that. Like whenever Leo's in front of her, she's mean to him. But she does have an affection for him. So I'm wondering if that's going to play into anything.
Yeah.
Michael's thoughts, that's all.
What, you trying to create a new segment?
That's an SNL segment.
You
Michael's thoughts.
tried it. All right. Before we continue on with this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives, we have a kind announcement from the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV.
We do. First of all, we just want to thank all of our fans for making us literally the ESPN of TV talk. At this point in time, we are asking for a little bit of our fans' help. If you're on YouTube right now, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. We've talked about that early on. Your support, getting that support means everything to us. No matter where you are, please leave us a comment so that you can get involved in our chat room and in our conversations and on Twitter and Insta. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV means everything to us, and we want to thank you for your constant support, your constant engagement. Please make sure and check out all of our other shows. AfterBuzz TV's umbrella is enormous, so thank you again for your engagement and support.
That announcement brought to you by the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV. All right, let's move it right along. We have
some tidbits.
The tidbits with, oh boy.
Rex is an idiot.
Yep, a little bit.
Can I just say that? It was so funny because Ernie was watching that particular show with me, and when Rex showed up with the balloons and donuts, I was yelling, "You're an idiot!"
I think Rex is
desperate.
Not desperate.
He's clueless.
That's what it is. I wanted to be like, girl, you really think that a Valentine's dinner and shacking up is going to make her be like, oh, okay, I'm going to forget about all the other women that you slept with and the baby that you have. And yeah, we can go back on track.
Donuts. That's the second time he shows up with a box of donuts. She doesn't like donuts.
And he handed them to Eric, who does like donuts.
He just handed them off to Eric.
Although when I was sitting there, I was hungry, and I was like, ooh, donuts sound real good.
In a pink box.
I was afraid Sarah was going to cave and go, okay.
But she didn't.
Well, this is what I didn't understand when he was like, what's the reason for no? I would have said, well, first of all, you came to my job in all of this glory. That's number one. Number two, we just got back on the same page like yesterday. So that's number two. Number three, you just wrong right now. Like, you know,
you cheated on me twice.
Twice, and you got a baby.
With my sister including. So you really think this is the right time to do this?
And I still don't trust you because I just called my gay coworker and accused her of sleeping with you last Valentine's Day.
Poor gay Marcy.
Poor gay Marcy.
And I was just like...
Hashtag poor gay Marcy.
Right. And I was just like, Rex, like, calm down, dude. Yeah. Like, you can't bat those blue eyes and show all them muscles.
Those pectoral muscles.
And them abs. And all that, and,
okay,
and just think that somebody's just gonna
accept your ring, except Tony.
Well, listen, Days is smart, you know, like that little shot of Rex's back. I was like, okay, hey back, and then he like sat down. And I was like, oh hey abs, and I was like, oh you all nicely tan and your eyes are just popping. And I had to rewind because I wasn't listening to what was being said.
Just enjoying the view.
Shout out to Kyle Louder.
Yeah.
The chat room seems to be on the same page when
I
this is
was
concerned.
livid.
It just doesn't it doesn't make any sense. Like everything
No.
is too soon. And
Right.
when she was like, the reason is Eric, I was like,
That's so
Girl.
lame. Oh my
Oh.
God. It's like the lamest reason
Yeah.
ever.
and that dream that she had
yeah.
of Eric.
So not like Eric. I knew it was a dream.
Well, yeah. And she woke up like, and I was like, "Who? You better stop before you say his name."
I know.
And Rex walks in. But yeah, this is an interesting triangle because it's a triangle that's not fully a triangle because you have two people who are aware of their feelings for each other but haven't told each other, and then you have the third one who is completely clueless as to what's happening. So there's that.
Clueless.
Yeah. Anywho.
Marlon Wallace, if you're okay with Sarah hooking up with Xander, why not Rex? Because Xander does not have the history of hurting her,
Right.
first of all.
Yeah.
That's my only point, I guess. Not first of all, that's my only point.
And
No,
Xander
but-
was just the booty call.
Right. And
You know, Rex is a whole lot more complicated.
Well, and I feel like Rex and Sarah had a little bit more chemistry.
Yeah.
More
Oh,
chemistry.
really?
I thought so.
Let's see. Dylan Matthews says, "No, Rex isn't desperate. He thinks he is God's gift and thinks he can do and get whatever he wants."
So he has too much
Exactly.
ego. Okay.
Yes, he's got a big ego. There's a song by Beyonce that covers that. I don't know if
He
she's...
should have gone to Kate first and said, "Mom, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of proposing." Kate would have said,
Kate's got her own problems.
You're
but
a
yeah,
goofball.
You're right.
Sorry, this is the topper here. Sarah Nights says, again, why the hell are they still staying at Eric's on a doctor's salary? I love that. You win, ma'am. You win.
Eric's making the least amount of money.
True. At the
What is-
community center.
Is that what his job is?
He's-
I had
yeah.
a moment where I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
He's
he's
a
the head of the
counselor.
Oh, 'cause he had the flyers,
Horton Town
right.
Center. Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So there's
that's
that. Whatever. And then we had Chloe, Stefan, Gabby, and Brady. All I have to say is Gabby,
Yeah.
good job, and Brady for helping her out.
One of my favorite moments of the week was after Gabby had gotten back into DiMeras. She went and saw Brady and was like, the plan worked. I'm back in DiMeras. And he's like, now I think it's a great opportunity for us to team up. And she goes, we'll see.
Maybe.
And walks off. I was like, yes. I cracked up.
Maybe.
That was great.
No,
Maybe.
I loved when she came.
Good job, Camila.
I love when she came to the DiMeras mansion, and Stefan's all like, "I don't know why you're here. You don't work for DiMeras anymore." Da, da, da. And as she was
Trying to be dragged out.
attempted to be dragged out, the phone rings, and she's like, "You might want to get that.
Could be important.
You might want to get that right there, sir." And I was like, "Oh,
I love the two of them.
yeah."
Their dynamics. She's just fearless, and I love it.
And
I
then- go ahead.
I didn't see I didn't see Eric and Gabby having any kind of. I didn't see that coming. Like, because I'm wondering now if they will team up to destroy Stefan. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either.
Eric and Gabby?
Brady.
Sorry, Brady and Gabby.
Oh, okay.
I just
okay.
did what you
It's like,
always
did
do.
I miss
Brady.
something? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady.
Eric
Why do we
Marcel,
do
yeah.
that?
I don't know. We're so
Sorry,
yeah.
Brady and Gabby. I
Yeah.
did not
Brady.
see that coming. So.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I like that he's offering help, and I like that she's saving the company. And it also just showed that DiMeras side.
Mm-hmm.
And when Chloe was seeing it, he softened up a little bit. Like, I really don't want you to see that side. And that whole thing of them like playing chess and how
Yeah.
she was like, I'm sitting here learning how to play so I can beat you. Like, oh, those
Chess
were
for dummies.
Yeah, those were cute moments. I like that.
I love it when Gabby went to strike him.
Yeah.
And Chloe walked in at that moment where
They're grabbing.
Yeah, that was a great
And
camera
she,
shot.
Yeah, and she had concern on her. Chloe had concern on her face, and yeah.
Did we ever see? This may have been one of my periods off the show, but Stefano and Chloe playing chess.
Apparently, there was a moment.
I guess so. I don't remember that.
I don't remember it, but maybe it happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, it happened. If it's in there, it happened because if it
I
didn't
feel like if it was
happen,
mentioned,
then,
yeah, that wouldn't have.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Well, that has been your week of days, and now it's time for our favorite part of the show, which are our segments. That sounded like great English. And we're gonna start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh snap! All right, now listen.
You need that crystal.
Ever since this woman has came upon our screens, I have completely lived for her. And this week, when she conjured up her plan after collecting all of the tea and receipts that she needed, and she was having a conversation with her son and said, "You do you, I'll do me." I was like, yes, you better tell him, Diana, you better let him know, listen, I am up in this piece and I'm about to do things the way I need to. So Diana Colville, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! Because you do you, I'll do me. And now it's time for it.
Designer days. Fashion. Elegance. Designer days.
So this week it's going to Sarah, Miss Lindsay Godfrey. She is wearing an Alice and Olivia asymmetric ruffle short sleeve dress. This is in emerald green for our podcast listeners. It's a tiered ruffled hem, round neck, cap sleeves, back zip closure. Love this.
It looked really cute on her.
Really, really adorable.
Green is Lindsay Godfrey's color.
It looks amazing on her. And also want to do a quick shout out to Miss Melissa Reeves, Jennifer. Her new haircut. I almost just gave the whole thing to Jennifer because this haircut is absolutely stunning. Love it. So, Lindsay Godfrey, Melissa Reeves, you are it for this week's
Designer days.
And now it's time for Caption That.
All right, this week's Caption That photo is of Casey Moss, aka JJ, looking shocked at Jack's revelation, and looking shocked and deer in headlights because he knows he's about to get some stuff from Haley. So this week's caption goes to Diana Margaret Cook on Facebook with the caption, "That look you get upon realizing that Melinda Trask would be your sister-in-law if you married Haley."
That's awesome.
That's a good one.
I didn't even, that's hysterical.
That's hilarious.
I also
That's
have
good
a
one.
runner-up from our friend James Lott Jr. on Twitter.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Look, it's not my fault I'm in this crappy storyline.
Oh, I saw that one.
I'm noticing a trend with your quotes, James, and it usually involving crappy storylines. So, but I had to give you the runner-up. So thank you, Diane Margaret Cook and James Lott Jr.
And that has been Caption That. All right. And now, oh my God, what's next?
News and gossip.
Little news
That's
and
it.
gossip.
Now it's time for news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Alrighty, our friends Paul and Keith at Starstruck Fan Events have planned an exciting new event taking place April 27th and 28th in Nashville, Tennessee. Join the Devereaux clan that is Melissa Reeves, Matt Ashford, Casey Moss, Cassie DePaiva, and Kate Manzi for a fun weekend of events including a VIP meet and greet, a dinner dance, and a morning escape room. For complete details and to buy tickets, visit starstruckfanevents.com or follow Starstruck Fans 2 on the Twitter.
Also, Tyler Christopher has wrapped up filming on a new movie in Arkansas called Max Winslow and the House of Doom. The film is about 5 teenagers who compete to win a mansion owned by an entrepreneur and scientist. To win, the teens must face off against a supercomputer that controls the mansion. For more info and behind-the-scenes pics, you can follow Tyler on Instagram at TylerChristopher2929.
And lastly, there's going to be a new familiar face in Salem that is also familiar to daytime audiences. Robin Strasser has joined the cast of Days as an unknown character and will be seen on screen in the coming months. Strasser is best known to daytime audience as Dorian Lord on One Life to Live. So something to look forward to.
I feel like someone was saying something about One Life to Live and All My Children getting a reboot.
There's
I saw
just been
that
a
buzz,
lot
yeah.
of conversation on Twitterverse, as you
Yeah.
see, about bringing back some of the soaps. Always.
Nothing official yet, but you never
Nothing
know.
official, but if it's out there.
Yeah.
There you go.
And there's your news and gossip for the week.
All right. And should we take a phone call or two?
Sure.
Let's see what the chat room is saying first, and then let's see what
Scott
everyone
Holden,
is saying.
IDK about Robin Strasser coming. He ain't sure.
Let's see. Oh.
Yes, JJ is so fine.
Marlon Wallace says, quote of the week, Justin calling Will and Sonny stupid and John calling what they did not smart. I love that Marlon Wallace has decided to take over quote of the week. Sherry Harrison says, you guys make my whole entire life, but I just love Tony. Thanks. You seriously need to be my BFF. Aww. Let's see. Me World 2 says, can we discuss how fabulous Diana looked in that white and black dress? She's like 2019 Cruella DeVille with a dash of Lady Tremaine. I don't know who Lady Tremaine is.
I don't either.
I know who Cruella DeVille is. Mm-hmm. So that's good. We'll take a couple of phone calls. Give us a call, 424-354-8302, 424-354-8302. Now listen, when you guys call in, we're going to ask you your name and where you're calling from, and then give us a quick question or comment on how you feel about this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. We'll take a couple before we wrap things up. Also want to remind you guys, earlier we talked about Starstruck fan events. I think a lot of their tickets are selling out. Mm-hmm. So if you're planning on going, make sure you get on those tickets.
The closer the events go, they sell out.
Yeah, because this one's in April, but I think like as soon as it was announced, tickets
they have a good
were
group
like going
coming.
great. Yeah.
And I think Nashville
really
has a big audience, Days audience.
Yeah. Dylan Matthews says, Tony, I think Victor is Leo's father.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Did Diana and Victor have a thing?
I don't know.
They explained it this week that she basically did something and swindled money out of
She swindled the money back that Victor had swindled from her.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was explained how. We have a caller.
Yeah. All right, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Fatima, and I'm calling from Denver, Colorado.
Hello. How are you?
Girl, happy birthday. Happy birthday, the most beautiful lady on Dishin' Days.
Sorry, ladies. Thank you so much.
So
I know. I'm the one who called when you guys have Sierra and Ben and almost take over. And
I remember that.
Is still telling me. My daughter said, Mom, do you see what you did? You take every day show.
So what did you think about this week?
I'm not going to do that today. And I tried so hard to get in last week with Billy and
Marcy.
and Marcy Miller, but I could not get in.
Sorry about that.
It was tough.
I was crying like crazy, and my daughter gets up from school and say, Mommy, what you doing? I'm like, John is leaving this. What are you doing to me? What? But, I'll let you go. Thank you guys for making my
Thank you for calling.
You're the best.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Love you, Sonny. Love you all.
Oh,
Love you,
thank
love
you.
Guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
I will say
I think she was
that,
the one we were going to try to pay to fly her out here.
Oh.
Is she the one? Remember that?
I think so. Yeah. I will say last week's interview with Billy and Marcy, I'm still in awe about it. And
It's amazing. There's so many layers
so
to
good.
it.
Yeah, and the fans really appreciate it, and I will forever be grateful for Marcy and Billy coming in and being open and honest,
Feeling safe enough to do that.
Yeah, I truly appreciate that. We have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Brandy. I'm calling from Missouri.
Hey,
Hey,
Brandy from
Brandy.
Missouri. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
I do have a confession to make. I didn't watch this week's episode.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I know, that's fine, but I had to catch you guys live, so I had to watch you. You know you're spoiled and everything, but I love you anyway.
Well,
Thanks for watching.
So far, what are you looking forward to watching? Since we kind of gave you the whole recap of this week.
Well, I really want to see like the mayoral debate.
Yes.
To see how that was going.
Yeah.
And I
it's
really
so
want
great.
to see the exchange between, because you guys made it sound so funny, between Sonny and his father.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, it's
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, it's those are some really
Great
good moments.
moments, yeah.
And don't forget to watch the moments with Diana and Leo, because that's a good one too. She is main.
I definitely am going to watch those. And I also just want to say, you guys are great. I love watching the show. Like,
Thank
even though I
you.
miss Days of Our Lives, I know I have to catch you guys.
Oh, thank
That
you.
means so much.
Thank
you. Have no idea. Thank
We
you.
really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you guys, and you have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Brandy.
calling,
You too.
Brandy.
And catch up. Grab yourself some pizza rolls and watch all of this week tonight.
There you go.
I am.
Take care. Have a
Okay.
wonderful
Bye,
night.
Brandy.
You too, bye.
Bye. And let's take one more caller. Or was that it? Oh, that might have been it. Oh, well, that's it. That's
great.
Thank you guys
That's
so much for
awesome.
calling in. We love
Yes.
talking to you guys, and I'll do my best
Such
to.
enthusiastic fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
And I'll do my best next week to announce it earlier so that you guys can start calling in earlier when we need it. But it's always great to hear that the fans enjoyed the show, and it's been great to hear that they enjoyed last week's interview as well. So we do this for you guys. We always try to have the stars come in. We always want you to have a place to come and talk about the show, talk about it with us, talk about it with other fans and things like that. So continue spreading our love and message, and tell people to like us and follow us. P.S. We are so close to 10,000 people on
I know.
Instagram.
If you're not
I am
following, go follow.
Yeah,
Get
so
a friend to follow.
Tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your grandmama, hook her up on Instagram, have her follow, whatever it is that you need to do, let's do it.
Because honestly, it's not just a numbers thing. I mean, it is a numbers thing, but the fact of the matter is, the larger the number, the stronger our voice. The stronger our voice, the stronger Days of Our Lives voice is.
Yeah.
So it matters. It really does matter.
Someone's asking about the promo for this week. So unfortunately, we cannot show the promo anymore because we're not trying to have our show flagged. However,
YouTube would take our show down.
It's a YouTube issue. Yeah.
If you would like to check out what's going to happen next week, make sure you go to NBC.com. And if you've missed any of this week's episodes, including maybe Wednesday because there was some political stuff going on, make sure you check out NBC.com for all of the episodes are posted there. All right.
And I'll retweet the link for the promo after the show.
Perfect. And now that's it. That's been your week of days, and that's been Edition Days. Michael Mattis, before we head out, let the kind folks know where they can cyberstalk you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at MLMattis or on Twitter at MLMattis1.
You can find me on Twitter at Tammy Govea and Insta and Facebook, Tammy Govea Official.
Now, you can find all of us on Instagram and Facebook, Edition Days, and on Twitter, _Edition Days. And you can find little old me at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com, and that's Lounging with Tony on all social media platforms. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another full recap of Days of Our Lives. Bye,
Have a
y'all.
good week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.